Hello folks, welcome to another CMC. Today I'm going to be talking about, the slapping that happened at the Oscars and give my opinion on what went down. I know I'm like, 2 or 3 days late, it's whatever, I don't care. But, yeah, it's better late than never, or better wait until more information comes out than starting to say stuff before that. So, let's see first. Let me make sure everything's going properly. Okay, yeah. Well, anyways. So, as everybody already knows, at the Oscars, Will Smith slap frickin' Chris Rock, and then the whole world went wild because it was crazy thing happened at the Oscars that nobody really even cared about in the first place. Now they do, because, well, you don't really care. Nobody really cares. Shit, what the fuck? Him here. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Let's make this a little bigger. But yes, of course. So, the slap happened. Everybody saw it. Everybody heard about it. You couldn't avoid it, even if you wanted to. And oh, that's loud. And well, of course, there was the usual people saying it was real, it was fake. People had their own opinions on it, but of course, I'm here to give my opinion. And well, long story short, I don't believe it was fake. I don't believe it was staged, but I do believe that it was manufactured. And by manufactured, I mean that, anybody who's really paying attention to this knows that the Oscars was not really popular. Like, nobody was really watching the Oscars. Nobody watched it last year. Nobody watched it this year, really, until the slap happened. And it's kind of been on a constant decline in viewership. So obviously they had to go into this being like, how can we get people to watch? Or how can we get people to pay attention to the Oscars? So, am I saying that they actually went and rehearsed the slap? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. Of course, I wasn't there to know, but I do know that these are actors, and they do a thing called acting on the regular. And, well, of course, if they're at the Oscars and, there may be some big reason for them to act, they are going to act, to do whatever they need to do. Now, of course, as you've probably seen a bajillion times, when the slap happened, or how it went down, is Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, or Jada Pinkett, whatever you want to. Yeah, Jada Pinkett. And it was a G.I. Jane joke. Basically, the fact that she was bald, or, she has her head shaven. She looked like G.I. Jane. And of course, when Chris Rock made the joke, everybody laughed. Even Will Smith. Of course, Jada didn't. She kind of was like, oh, whatever. But Will Smith laughed, which is kind of really odd to me as to why he would laugh about it and then go up there and slap him. Now, people are saying, oh, he laughed at the joke and then turned around and saw her and then was like, oh, I guess I gotta go slap him. But, I mean, I guess maybe I just didn't see the footage where he turned around and looked at her and came to this solution. I only saw the part where he laughed, went back to Chris Rock, or, he laughed, Jada didn't laugh, looked at Chris Rock, and then he's up Will Smith's up on the stage and slapping him. So, of course, as I said, this was manufactured, as I, believe it was manufactured. The reason, like any actor, is attention. First, the Oscars, they needed attention because nobody's watching the Oscars, and all they have to do is have some crazy wild thing happen and then blast it out to everybody. The media just goes wild. Oh, the slap, the slappening, the slap, slap, slap. It doesn't really have to be anything serious. It could be like, somebody could have tripped and fell, and they could have, made a big deal about it. Or something big could have happened and they just ignored it and nobody would know about it or care about it. But that's how the media works, is they see something and they blow it up, no matter how big or small it is. They either blow up something that they want, or they just hush and just don't say something. Just don't say anything about something that, that happened, which this is how the media works. So, now you're like, oh, well, Blavasi, that's a weird thing. Why would you conspiracy theorist? What? Cha-la-la-la-la. I don't care, because something I learned in these 2 days of me not talking about this is that apparently the Oscars were, what's it called? The Oscars were, come on now, come on here, you little ding. The Oscars were sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. Isn't that weird? No, it's not really weird, to be honest. It's totally normal at this point in time. Very normal. Pfizer's sponsoring like everything because, well, they want everybody to take the shot. And, well, it's the most safe and effective shot of all time. So definitely go do that. But anyways, they want that. So they're going to find every single way that they can to get people to use their products. Now, of course, Pfizer doesn't only make, vaccines. They do other medicines as well. And oddly enough, this whole thing with Will Smith slapping her, apparently, once again, don't know because I'm not them, apparently started because when Chris Rock made the joke and then, Will Smith laughed, which still kind of was weird to me how he laughed and then gets mad about it later. But he laughs about it and then gets mad because apparently Jada has alopecia, which is, if you don't know, it's basically kind of lose your hair. You have a bunch of bald spots on your head and it kind of looks not all that fun, even though you don't really see that with Jada. I mean, it's possible that since they have lots of money, she can kind of just go with it and it doesn't really seem that bad, but word is she has alopecia. And, well, that's probably, I guess a big reason as to why he would go and slap her, but well, what reason would they have to manufacture this whole slapping, right? Is the question you're wondering about if you don't already know. Well, Pfizer is working on this drug that is called, I couldn't pronounce this if I wanted to, but Ritlecitinib. Ritlecitinib. I don't know. This is a weird ass word. But this word right here, that's Pfizer's alopecia medication. Now, it's really weird. What? Oh man, that's crazy. Now you're thinking, oh man, well, okay, well, just because Pfizer happens to be, sponsoring the Oscars and they just happen to have an alopecia medicine, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that they manufactured this, you crazy person. But think about it this way. Let's see. Okay, so people don't normally have alopecia on their mind. They don't think about it. It isn't one of those diseases or illnesses that people are like, oh yeah, alopecia, I know exactly what that is. Now, as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure when this whole thing happened, people were wondering, why did he get mad? It's just a G.I. Jane joke because she shaved her head. And then, of course, they went and did some digging and found out that, oh, he got mad because Jada has alopecia. Oh man, Chris Rock, that was so insensitive. How dare you? Now, of course, if people don't know what alopecia is, they go look it up and they found out, oh, this is what alopecia is. Oh, I didn't know what it is. Now this gets alopecia on people's minds, so people know what alopecia is, people understand what alopecia is, and they have more awareness of this. Now, how does this work with the whole Pfizer thing? Well, since they sponsor the Oscars, wouldn't it be very convenient if somehow they manufactured something that would bring alopecia to the forefront of people's minds? Very easy for them to do. And on another note, the G.I. Jane joke that Chris Rock, said wasn't really his joke, or it wasn't. He didn't write the joke. Somebody else wrote it for him. So who wrote it for him? I didn't bring that up here, but somebody else, somebody that wasn't Chris Rock wrote it. Now, it's very possible that the person who wrote it and gave it to him and got him to read it was a part of this manufacturing of this situation. Now, was the slap intended to happen? That's the part that I'm not sure of, because once again, they're actors. They act. So that's what they do. It's very possible that maybe somebody at the very last second went up and told Will Smith to go up there and slap him. I don't know. I wasn't there. Of course, we have all the video shots of, this and that and the other, but there's still stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you just don't know. You're never going to know because you weren't there. You weren't there sitting next to Will Smith when all this happened. It maybe, right? Maybe at some point before the joke happened, right? Somebody was like, hey, you're going to say this joke. Will Smith's going to come up there and just give you a slap. You guys are actors. You can just play it off. I mean, I've looked at the slap and it does kind of seem like the slap happened like this. Which, if somebody's really trying to slap somebody, that palm is going to go on their face. But, once again, they're actors. They know how to make it look real. That's their job that they've been doing for years. So why now is it that people forget that part? I don't understand. I highly doubt that he laughed about the joke. And then a few seconds later was like, oh, wait a minute. I've got to go up there onto the stage and slap this dude in front of everybody. That's totally a good idea on my own. It just doesn't. That's Hollywood is fake. These people are not real. I highly doubt Will Smith is about that life unless he's acting. Of course, once again, I don't know Will Smith, but I highly doubt he's going to go onto the stage and just slap somebody. Slap Chris Rock, which, I mean, pretty sure they know each other. I'm pretty sure they're friends. I'm pretty sure they're not going to just have that and then just go onto the stage and slap them. Now, on another note, though, with this being said, Chris Rock, right? Chris Rock has a comedy show that he's selling tickets for. He's got he's got a tour. And apparently, from what I've looked into, yeah, of course, you know, this is you know, the alopecia drug. I don't know why they don't have the way to say it, but yeah, that's that. Chris Rock apparently has a show where a tour where he's, you know, doing this, and apparently from what I saw, right. So right here, I'm just gonna read this part. The price of the tickets also rocketed overnight on the platform, with Variety reporting that tickets selling for $46 on March 18th now cost a minimum of $341 per ticket. Very possible that this was also that Chris Rock took the slap, because, you know, if anybody knows, Will Smith is definitely worth more, you know, money than Chris Rock by a good amount. So this was basically like, you know, if you want this money, you're gonna take the slap. Will Smith is gonna slap you. He's gonna take some heat for slapping you, which nothing's gonna happen. I mean, what? Oh, Chris Rock's like, I'm not gonna press charges. Of course, that wasn't gonna happen. Freaking the media's talking about all this stuff. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen to Will Smith. They're just gonna play this because they need to take your attention. They need to have your attention for a period of time. They just want you focused on this, thinking about it, going over it. Hey, Will Smith slappity slap slap. It's gonna be about a week that this is just gonna be in the mainstream news until it just runs out of steam. But the prices of his tickets apparently were, you know, relatively cheap and skyrocketed to like what, $341. Some cases $400, because I actually did look this up and just look to see what the ticket prices were in some places. But yeah, now couldn't really go and see what the ticket prices were beforehand, because of course if the ticket prices have changed, they're going to be changed everywhere. But I'm not going to say that I don't believe this happened. I'm pretty sure this is what happened. This was probably his side of the deal, right? He gets slapped in the face, you know, slapped, and then they raise his ticket prices. He sells a whole bunch more tickets, and that's exactly what happened. He sold a lot more tickets afterwards, and so now he's probably making a bunch of money, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be joking about that slap. He might make some Jada jokes, just because Jada and Will Smith jokes. I mean, you know, that seems about right? He would totally do that because he's a comedian. But well, if you go to the show, you'll see, because I'm not going to that show. But this is how Hollywood works. The topper echelon gets, you know, this, that, and the other, and the ones at the lower kind of get humiliated so that they can make it higher, or so that they can make more money. You know what I'm saying? So with this situation, it was basically, hey, you know, Will Smith, you're gonna go up there, slap him. Chris Rock, you're gonna take the slap. Don't worry, you're gonna get paid afterwards. Don't worry. So this is gonna help you sell tickets. We're even gonna raise the prices on that. Now, what's in it for Will Smith? Maybe more attention. Does he have a movie coming up? I don't know. I don't watch movies anymore, so I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know if he does. I didn't really think about that. Maybe he does. Maybe he has something going on right now that is related to him that I'm just gonna leave it alone, because let's just give more attention to it. But now you're like, hey, well, okay, well, maybe this slap happened. Maybe they are profiting from it. Maybe Pfizer has a reason to manufacture this slappening. But still, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. I don't care. Why would they do all of this? Well, I don't know. One, right before this, a certain somebody's son was kind of effing up their position. Whose son is that? Joe Biden. Yes. I'm pretty sure everybody forgot about the whole laptop, didn't they? Yep, they probably did. All of those people out there, oh, the slap. But totally forgetting that right before this happened, blammo, Hunter Biden was found to have done a few things with a certain lab in a certain other country that, on a certain laptop that didn't exist. That existed. But hey, not allowed to talk about it. But since people are talking about it, we've got to distract them. We've got to move their attention over to something that just doesn't mean anything. It has no value at all whatsoever. How do they do that? Hollywood. Every time. If there's anything that you see on Hollywood, actors with actors, any of that stuff, and it's blown to craziness on the media, they're hiding something from you, and you just have to open your eyes to figure it out. Now, of course, once again, you don't have to believe me, but hey, do you really think the government cares about you? Do you think Hollywood cares about you? Do you think either one of these entities are going to tell you the truth about anything? No. Literally, actors' job is to lie. The government, pretty much the same thing. There are a bunch of actors that just lie about everything that they tell you. They say one thing, do the literal opposite. We're here for you. No, you're not. You're here for your own money. And that's exactly what another thing that's going on right now is they are just here for the profit. Now. What's the point? Why are you saying this? Who cares? Well, because once again, if nobody is paying attention to this laptop, I'll just say laptop, then a certain poopy pants will slide right under the radar. But he is not doing the best because he's just having a lot of gaffes and stuff lately, and he's starting to look like a real liability. He's really going into Ukraine pretty hard, and I don't think anybody else is with it. Nobody else is with it right now. Like, no other country. NATO isn't with it. It's only Joe Biden who's like, we need to get Ukraine. We need to save Ukraine. Take Russia out. Or it's probably more so a little slower than that and a little more, dementia-ridden than that. But basically, this is... Okay, in my opinion, this seems like a tactic they're using to shift the narrative, shift everybody's minds and thoughts away from the laptop so that they can continue doing their BS and their nonsense that they, always do. And they're going to keep doing it because this is what people do. All they got to do is bring something up and people are like, oh, let's think about that. Let's forget about the more important thing where, the president's, child was doing some hella illegal shit, doing some hella crazy shit, doing some pretty terrible stuff just because he's on our side. He's not on our side, but yeah, the media side. So, yeah, I hope people realize, I just hope people remember that this is still a thing. Don't forget it. Don't forget this guy is doing a lot of crack. Probably with taxpayer money. China. I don't know. I'm just opining. If I'm wrong, oh hey, okay. You're allowed to have your opinion. Hey, if you want to say something about it, go ahead. I'm willing to listen. I'm gonna, actually, see what you actually say, and then see if it's true or not, or see if you're just talking out your buns. But nope, sit. But yeah, yep. Hopefully, next time, right? Next time they bring out another distraction, more people realize it, and they, see it. Chill out, man. Chill out. No, chill out. But anyways, okay, I gotta go. All right, come on, shit. All right, folks. I guess I will see you guys next time on the next CMC next week at, I don't know what time, because I still can't get a legitimate normal schedule because I actually have a job. But I'm gonna try to make it Wednesday again, 3 o'clock-ish again. But we'll try it. We're gonna see. Yep. But with that being said, I will see you guys next time, and peace.